Shackles we need to free from our mind, our body. These are the years of Illuminati. Ignorance ain't bliss, cause we're up to our heads and shit. We need to deal with it. Shackles we need to free from our mind, our body. These are the years of Illuminati. Ignorance ain't bliss, cause we're up to our heads and shit. We need to deal with it.
My mind needs rest, I need cess. Each step I take a deep breath. Keep stepping, keep repping. QC to Quebec with each record. Each syllable I keep scripting. Speak visions, seek deliverance. Meek and desolate my presence is, except when I set precedents. Expressions, exceptions, eclectic entries. Ever since I was a little kid, sentimental, obsessed with instrumentals. Impressive in presence, depressive at present. Still I give lectures in heaven like dead presidents. Then cough gently and exit, swift as the winds in a twister.
Shackles we need to free from our mind, our body. These are the years of Illuminati. Ignorance ain't bliss, cause we're up to our heads and shit. We need to deal with it. Shackles we need to free from our mind, our body. These are the years of Illuminati. Ignorance ain't bliss, cause we're up to our heads and shit. We need to deal with it.
Has every walk of life, from pimps and hoes to fiends hugging their crack pipes. In the ghetto, ladies are looking fine. A church on every corner, but the streets are going wild.
In the ghetto life ends, another life begins. Street corners are conquered, you fight for friendships. Apartments reek ganja and cigarettes. Light the tip up and spark one. Come along on a trip when men hustle for things. Kids hustle for names, women work hard for children. Children get lost in buildings, kidnapped or killed in this war subliminal. Orphans watch the rich in Bentleys. Corner kids plot to get your attention. One guy set up shop with 3 cars on a box. Cops are watching him. Meanwhile they drop off 10 pounds of ganja with no problem. Stoned on the block on a slow morning. So hot it's scorching. Graffiti crews bomb things. So art on the walls mixed with piss and garbage. Living is hard in these parts in the ghetto.
The ghetto has every walk of life, from pimps and hoes to fiends hugging their crack pipes. In the ghetto, ladies are looking fine. A church on every corner, but the streets are going wild. In the ghetto, no food to eat, people on the streets, young girls having babies, pop left in less than a week. Beer bottles and crack bars is what you see. And young kids growing up don't know what they wanna be. Hustle mentality, streets are watching, so mind how you move. If you slip you can get dip for all of your choose. Crews can run up to 20 deep, minus a few. Life expectancy can get real short, depending on what you do. The ghetto has every walk of life, from pimps and hoes to fiends hugging their crack pipes. In the ghetto, ladies are looking fine. A church on every corner, but the streets are going wild. In the ghetto, ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ah.
My mind is floating between 2 places. It is difficult to know which is which. There is no way to explain it.
I've touched the other side where the dust of my brother lies, clutched as the discovered lies, thrust and uttered by prideful, stuttering idols. They sucked in my vital fluids, called me such things as idle and useless, mauled me with plush things and title excuses. I rushed in with titles of lucidly mustered Bible eulogies that thrust my rivals indubitably in gusts of disgust and distrust with their jewelry. I mastered their crafts and surpassed them, laughing at my detractors, clashing with these bastards, slashing them till they atrophied, blasted by catastrophes. I lashed at the beast and fasted for peace, meditated and elevated from hell's patrons to better places, discovered letters aliens traced, read them like braille casings, learned of their failed spaceships that crash landed on a vast planet's surface similar to planet Earth's. I made contact with them and demanded their purpose. Dawn's blackness lifted and I was stranded at their mercy, caught between two planes of existence. I strangely persisted to learn more from what was wrought in my dreams. This is what I yearned for, since begotten from semen. Lofty and gleaming I ascended, transcended the demons within me that proceeded to tempt me like Jesus with envy and greed, lust and sinful deeds.
My mind is floating between two places. It is difficult to know which is which. There is no way to explain it.
I'm cautious of stars and orders, star-crossed daughters, dark prophets barking lost orders across borders, spar like boxes in accordance with the topics, the horrors in the tropics, those slaughtered for a chopstick, made in Malaysia, slain in a nameless grave, dated, and what remains is the malaise of these ages, the remains of a stranger paid with brains as his main wages, knaves and sages in these days, saints and davas, plain faces from strange races, tame and faceless, they trade places on a day-to-day basis. We play complacent, change stays in a makeshift, vain days that are graceless, namesakes that are tasteless, games played for fame's sake, but we stay patient and wait for replacements. Slain masons engrave them, our names engraved in the caves of the ancients, yet we stay slaves to day patrons. Hex still pay day to wait aimless, vex naysayers debate shameless. Next they may day us and pray patron saints, thank deities and angels, paint pages, spray them and taint them, quaint strangers in the matrixes. This for more than a moment. My future is a sword for atonement, slicing lords with ginsuls, writing more with pencils, fighting wars and mental suspenseful, alike impure like temples, intensely sensible. My foes get tense from the pros as I blow them, oppose them with soul gems, bold hymns like no man could compose, flow swifter and colder than winter snow drifts, splinter souls wicked, split them and go kick it with little old misfits to grow in wisdom. I'm so sickened by the globe's known sins, all these stone cold men, they roam to no end in Samsara like foaming old men in Sahara. Let them die of thirst, spit them a silent verse, and if they try and curse, let them ride in hearses. I abide by my purpose, which is higher than churches. The complexity of my life, that's why God blessed me with a mic to spew rounds of school clowns, a few pounds to enlighten and heighten their senses. All 7 of them, forget getting the 6, I'm getting dreads in my next life. Forget getting a bitch and copping a rental, I'm topping your 10 list, copping some set sticks and flipping them impossibly quickly, printing some bricks and dropping them triple, printing some scripts, non-profit invention. Walk up to a cliff in the darkness and drop off at the tip in the water. Got the picture? That's what watching me spit does. And if you're not listening, I got you subliminal. Now watch you spit dumb raps, dropping your shit bugs. I rip the plugs out of your ears. Now watch me split mugs, monotonous bitch thugs, flopping your hips what? Now watch my dove come back, rocking a spliff cuz.
Sick thoughts. I used to have sick thoughts. So don't you come in here preaching to me when you're standing over there and you're standing over there and I don't know which way is up.
A Dali painting reflections on a pond of swans and elephants. I spawn embellishments majestic like the dawn of celestial kingdoms, dominions and queendoms where kinship is expressed with meaning that is etched in gleanings to slay minions and demons, pray for stray simians and genies. Day by day I stay like the meridian of Greenwich, seen with witches like Eastwick, like Clewick with obsidian dreams which are baffling, snakes and ditches rattling. I'm painting pictures of galaxies, unraveling your fallacies, battling like thrown javelins of Pharisees. Embarrass MCs, it don't matter when they perish and see cease. Fear is the least of your worries. I'm clear as the seas without flurries upon them. I hurry at dawn to pray. I got songs to play, psalms to say. Pray is something wrong today. I'm strong today, lunching on the pawns astray, fraying ponds and lakes that connect with the oceans, flowing like the best of omens that are blessed. Put your knowing to test or you're going to rest. Age, a new day. As I play this, I'm dazed and forgetful. I forever stay praising the rebels that paved ways and made this society better. Who's paid and who prays? They stay lying to brethren, slaying with iron and reveling in knavish and mindless heavens. My haven is the blind's perspective in a cave, and my mind is a gem shining bravely like Zion's patrons, confined in a cage, senseless and blinded by rage. Pretenders are eyeing my sayings. My pretensions are timeless and ageless. My mentions align with the pages of Mayans and sages, rhyming for days when my mind is ablaze in Akashic. I phase shift and shape shift like aquatic ray fishes, stay wishing I could harness stray visions in progress. My mission is obvious, find the missing kids of the goddess. You haven't the foggiest idea of why we're here, while your dying peers are starving and thirsty. My calling is the earth's renewal from curses and jewels. Harness them from the mind instead. Honesty rhymes with lead in these times of dread. I shine with my head. I'm a king with no crown. I've wished that things would slow down, but I've learned to go faster. Meanwhile, I don't yearn to be an old bastard with a mean smile, so I cherish the present. I'm the rarest of peasants on a trek past the clerics of heaven. I dare you to listen and change things. Don't imprison your brain, king. Vision is the main thing.
Steady, respect. We'll eat alone lest we sit with fools.
Stop this childish display. Why, even at elves' houses, I've seen more sophisticated magic. All right, you've had it, but I still got my powers. And you've cost me my patience. I call upon all forces of darkness.
A butterfly's wings flap. I sing raps as lovers die and kingdoms collapse. On the other side of thick glass, I think fast, uncover lies, blink past my brother's eyes and ink magic till the son of man rises. Wonderfully planned lives of bodhisattvas by the grand designer, shine in the horizon of sands timeless. Rise and meet my lines like surprising landmines to bland rhymers. I expand minds, meek and kind while they blast nines. Meet with rhymes in these last times. Speaking diamonds is my pastime. Seeking ganja is my last crime. Mastermind in these ill days while you still graze the grass of great pastures. I laugh at your crazed pastors, blasted slave masters. I fasted and ate after, spray on the map with 8 pass, spray on the mat and chase laughter. I was chased till I grasped it. You don't have to chase ass or make cash to be happy. Om Radhaya Nama, Om Nama Krishnaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Across the illusion and the invisible, diffusion of the principles from the source. There's a profusion of invincible laws that we abide by for the cause. We ride or die like drive-bys. Our bars lift the veil of ISIS. Our tales are priceless while they're pale and lifeless, stale and trifling. We hail the titans of the globe in our writings and proses, fighting as boldly as lichens and scrolls, likened to sensi that heighten your senses. I write from a density of light. I'm meant to be a mighty NC on the mic. When I MC mentally, I was sent to be a fighter in this century of biters and ghost writers. I glow brighter than most, light up the coast when I spit flows, split foes to bits frozen in sickness. Witness my prose is fitness, parting the olden mists of lost civilization, civilizing nations, decadent, setting precedents with Antakarana, consciously conquering Aprama with Yama and Niyama like Parashurama. Contemplate the prana of contemplative asana, straight nonsense and hatred for Brahma. Make it to the seat of your conscience, past deceitful monsters and the vast seas of your subconscious. Be super conscious, breathe soothing concepts, but heed truth with caution. Believe in your youthful offspring, read the jewels of lost kings and queens. Find what's in between your mind and your dreams, your spine and your spleen. Find the means to design what you've seen in rhymes. Don't heed the demons of Maya, heed Vasudevaya. Heed Vasudevaya. Om Radhaya Nama, Om Nama Krishnaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Il existait autrefois, au cœur du grand océan appelé Pacifique, un empire, l'empire de Mu.
The lost continent of Lemuria's telepathically transmitted data, empirical, stacked up from Atlantis to Sirius. For those that manage to be curious in these panic-stricken, furious ages, curing you with pages of days in a maze like the gazes of sages. Were made of a substance agelessly combusting, rotating at such a speed you couldn't clutch or heed it. Like the touch of demons, affecting your every dream and action. Affections for the fiendish mask of their demeaning paths only leads to wrath. And if you seem to grasp it, it doesn't mean you're past it. Don't scheme and bask in your heathen past tense. Bask in the immensity and vastness of densities grasped through Gnostic and Akashic records. Lost prophets' perspectives view causes and effects as cosmic reflections of a never-ending cipher. Bars that perplex you forever like the endless heights, depths and breadths of the endless nights, and universes expansions with antimatter and gravity. Like Rumi's verses of mansions with mantric ladders to galaxies. Truly versed answers to banters and fallacies of knavish apes with no soul. Slavishly made homo sapiens with no more sapiens. Just growing holes gaping. I'm flowing bold and patient, glowing like olden spaceships of Lemurian patrons. Sacred like Curian pages of Manchurian sages. To the curious gazes from the purest to the basest. Be sure to be awakened by this law of ancients. If you're flawed, then change it, and be cured of all your hatred. It's been a long time coming, now I'm strong and mind-numbing. It's the dawn of an alliance of sons of the slums. Rhyme with wonderful puns, chime them with abundant lungs. Who can't contest with a rap anthem. Non-vets off you bantering convicts with mansions and garments, your tantrums and ornaments. My chants are ominous omens of your demise. Your poems are disguised, your domes are despised. Don't come test, we flow till the sun sets and rises again. Surprise you and your men, put you to shame with one track. You're lame, dumb and whack, we stun you with facts till you're done acting in the sun's black. We're dungeon masters, we're the dungeon dragons. We run tracks, you're just pungent bastards. Come back and you'll get sunned like Atlas. Our odyssey is charting the skies. We watch you with cosmic eyes. Oh, you thought you could hide, but we brought you to justice. And the judges and bought you could trust us. You ought to be cuffed quick and incarcerated for flossing and hatred and bossing your patrons. That's the cost of your nature, that's the cost of your nature. I live where shadows play, the other side of the mirror, where immortals shapeshift, immortals change skin. This is just a makeshift, but you'll find it's persistent. Here I'm lacking patrons, but there I'm the captain of a spaceship. If life is what you make it, then death and dreams is imagination. Imagine changing to a fish, finding ancient civilization's existence, then playing with the wind as an insect. All these forms are intrinsic, they were all born within you. So go beyond this life that we live in. Travel the stars and explore them. In far systems are beyond them, beyond the rift. Dream of the form you wish, soon as the form you're in and is blissful. We were made to be sentient, made for 8 senses like native shapeshifters. Don't be afraid of your gifts, take the wisdom within this and change things. I'm a strange angel from faraway places. From cavemen to conscious clays, men were made in. I always stay patient, awaiting the ancient. End times and end of days is not the same thing. This is the end of an age, the end of a constellation. Don't be afraid of dark ages, it's all in Revelations. Speak to John of his pages. The prophets have awakened. Even Genghis Khan is on a stage. Me, I'm always in a daze, writing psalms in my pages.
The true nature of reality is that it is infinite, unbounded, eternal. It is the process of thinking that takes that unbounded, infinite nature of the universe and breaks them into conceptual boundaries. This is so-called rationality, linguistically structured thought, a justification for our reality map.
My mind state climbs like the crime rate. Must be the climate, the elevation from base. Since a child I've been a basehead, living in basements, playing with steak knives and plates. And our lives are at stake, so proportions are epic. I'm forging a record with the Heshi Empire and Prince Armand. This is the foundation, now that hating is the main street essence. Blessings to the rest of you listeners, a trial of patience. Miles from the exit, I'm fouled at the entrance. I'm always restless, no hallway guest list. I'm always messed up in the head, so I'm silent and forgetful. A child of regret with powerful mentions. An owl to the wicked, power and respect to the messengers.
Reaching out, you just can't touch. You don't want fire to burn your soul. More importantly, why is it a must? Temptation can't soothe your soul. Reaching out, you just can't touch. You don't want fire to burn your soul. More importantly, why is it a must? Temptation can't soothe your soul.
Fighting every day, trying to make my way, won't fall by the wayside. Keep my family straight. What more can I say? It's time for us to glide. Won't let society control my mind. I'll do everything I can for you. I'll give you a smooth ride. There'll be food to eat, clothes on your back. When I come home from work, I can't wait to see you smile. Let's keep the eyes on the prize. Don't let the vision escape you. Don't let the vision escape you now. Hold on to what is right. Hold on. Victory will be yours and mine.
Life is messed up and stressful, I accept that, I guess. Express it as I can, digress when I miss. Progress with the hit, God bless the children lost in the midst of warfare and killings. This is all for them, at all cost to many who brought them assistance. Non-profits in this, the vision is progress. The prize is a better tomorrow. Look into my eyes and see sorrow. From all this I was born in the rift, the split society, the poor and the rich, coughing for medicine and ganja to better me. We all need attention and sympathy, but we all spar with kin. We're not listening, it's competition for ends. The thing is we're all in this to win. Problem is business, not friendship, so be attentive.
Let's keep the eyes on the prize. Don't let the vision escape you. Hold on to what is right. Hold on. Victory will be yours and mine. I've been running
ever since. They've been running my set of prints. Never left them evidence for anything. Clever with heaven sent messages. Never meant to be censored. I'm meant to be elemental. Born in that form as a threat to infected mentals. Effective on instrumentals, cassettes and discs. You get to listen, you get what it is. What it isn't is commercial garbage, watered and mixed. Who authors these things? Problem fixed. Get lost and forget it. It's all in your head, and storage is memory. So watch what you watch and you listen. I watch for watches that glisten. Chop at the wrist and get them apart to pissing.
Run since the morning, oh, no matter where you've been, oh, where you've come from. Run since morning, oh, no matter where you've been, oh, where you come.
We follow our forefathers' wishes, honor and respect the lost ancestors, their sagas and deaths, their lives in the flesh. We shall never forget. We shall never forget. Follow our forefathers' wishes, honor and respect the lost ancestors, their sagas and deaths, their lives in the flesh. We shall never forget. We shall never forget father's wish. What I do is all for him. He guides me as Brahma like stars and destinies. Odd profession, yet it's all professional. Eastern philosophies and Western systems, like speaking of science and God together. Complex expression, I marvel at all we've accomplished, and all that's left, all the horrors witnessed. How could this all be within the same cosmos? Are we lost in sin? Hamaram and Sinti, look what they did to all the gypsies. Be gone in an instant, gone in a blink, in the midst of fire. No spot in the cemetery, just charred as cinders and dissented. What cost is this? The ways upon Rams and gypsies. They call us the misfits of society's ills. So I follow my father's wishes till I die or get killed. Till I die or get killed. We follow our forefathers' wishes, honor and respect the lost ancestors, their sagas and deaths, their lives in the flesh. We shall never forget. We shall never forget. Follow our forefathers' wishes, honor and respect the lost ancestors, their sagas and deaths, their lives in the flesh. We shall never forget. We shall never forget.
Strength of the soldiers marching along.
We the wise soldiers using our words for peace, not like the ones that use their guns at ease.
I march as a soldier in forgotten armies of the old earth. Since my soul's birth I had this chosen purpose. Move forward, march onward. Shafts flying past by me like karma. On the strength of my honor, you will not get by me. I will not miss my targets. I'm a marksman with grey scars, and my shift is graveyard. I hate to part with my weapons, so save yourself problems and blessings. Heart is effective to spar with, and mine is kinetic. I talk and you hearken to sentences. Part with your breaths as I withdraw from existence. Re-enter in the midst of a war in the system. There's always a mission to honor, always a mystery to solve. Miss me while I'm gone, it's essential to my progress. Bobby Prince, T.O. Ali the Heshi Empire, Ali Prince Productions. On the come up, 2006, 2007. Watch where we're at, 2010. Street teacher, greet sweepers with a grin. Since the reaper can't speak to me then, when I'm convinced that inshallah I'm invincible in principle, as a subconscious spiritual being with unlimited context and empirical gleanings. Your primitive nonsense and lyrical meaning is obvious. It's a pivotal flaw, but God bless your carcass. I'm marked for death, I feel it down to my cartilage. I spark a carnage, I wrote the art of being heartless. Reborn in a tar pit, 3 floors up when the knocks hit. Just playing my part, kid. I respawned as an artist, painting a dark canvas of random thought patterns that happen to rhyme accurately. Climb rapidly, then climax on the beat. Rap in the streets, attack and get beat down discreetly. Wrapped up in a sheet, capped up with your own heat. 2 up in your dome piece, own me, clone copy with sloppy facts. Copycat or get a grown hobby. You cannot be a rapper, stop dropping your tantrums. Start contemplating mantras like wisdom in a lantern on the path of life, in the form of a light that guides you and provides you with insight. Born from wise and righteous knowledge. Despise those that fight for power. Despite the power, you hyped up cowards. You have the right to remain silent, exercise it. I make albums to exercise kids' third eyelids, like birds flying from the words I've scripted. Ink dripped from the pen onto my fingers. Words of the misfits in prison. I'm just another statistic that disappeared, slipped in between the digits of this wicked system. We're living in fear of
little ghetto boy,
just getting a lot clearer.
Hold on, times have changed, yeah. Back in time, things look fine, but they're now all erased. Little ghetto boy.
From Queens City to Queens Key, waterfront sea breeze. I guess I'm bent on perfection with each speech. Coronas and Heinekens, cess in the weed leaf. Weeks on end of studio sessions. Beautiful existence, peace and blessings to everyone listening. Nakla and a hookah, embers glistening. Sit back and relax, ease your tensions, ease your stress. Believe in the sensi, it's the belly of the beast, and we need some medicine. I'm smoking and drinking as I script this. Too smooth to be choking, I'm puffing and sipping. Lightheaded, but I like my remedies. I'm calm as can be, fighting my enemies outside and within. It's a war in my mental, a storm and an eclipse in the skies of my mind. So I'm high as I can be, that's my remedy. Line by line I'm inking, that's my destiny.
Got you hypnotized to see the flame spark you eat for the first time. Bouncing the low ride, underground, drop it off to the west side. One with your movement, you see that I am fine. This is part of my life design. It is right at the tip of my tongue. One with your movement, you see that I am fine. This is part of my life design. It is right at the tip of my tongue.
Go on with yourselves, go on in your hells. Split yourselves and reform them with each speech. Hit you with braille, now please, peace and sorry. I heard all your theories and repeats, your queries and your weak beats. I brought you to the threshold of existence with thoughts, knowledge and wisdom. Immeasurable instance, I was born with the pen and reborn again, just not Christian. Coptic and Kemetic, narcotics and cess is my energy. Go on with your frenemies, I'm on some strong remedies, stronger than many believe or breathe in. I'm always ready, believe and breathe in. From the ports of Venice to Toronto city streets, kid, it's all pretensions till you get down to the raw credentials. Who are you really to contest the question? It's a problem, yes, we're all involved with vets and legends.
One with your movement, you see that I am fine. This is part of my life design. It is right at the tip of my tongue. One with your movements, you see that I am fine. This is part of my life design. It is right at the tip of my tongue.
Me ready for spill, I thought you know this life can get murky. Man a man us to play Jim Stokey. Them no look your existence gone down the drain.
Time come, people on the roadside having themselves a good time. One boy come with him negative vibes, but no one paid him no mind. As I continued on speaking with this queen that I was meeting, me see him catch the wrong boy's eye. Let me tell you, sparks fly. One man push the next man. My boy fire back with him gun. Head bust like pumpkin. Let me tell you what a something. Crowd scattering, panic movements. By the time Babylon reaches, no one to speak. Some people out there, the way they go on, they don't walk with no fear. But some people out there, the way they move, you better stay clear. Some people out there
build bridges and progress within. May the goddess be with you. Amen in Kemetic. I represent the lost Coptic Christians. Wisdom apocryphal like acid baths in Yeshua. I'm a gypsy, I have to travel everywhere. 10 years of restrictions living in the Queen City. The rest is history since the beginning. Age 3 I was drinking. Age 10 I was wrecking up a Lincoln. By 13 I was sinking into spliffs and 2 6s. Crews bigger than a room full of friends. Graffiti and voodoo rhythms. God's crew was the clique. Skipping school and slanging was the mission. To them I was the kingpin. At 15 flipping a P wasn't a thing then. I've been living in sin since my entrance. Living in the midst of neglect and rejection. Expected
some
projection.
People out there, the way they go on, they don't walk with no fear. But some people out there, the way they move, you better stay clear. Some people out there full of turmoil and pestilence. I'm still able to be around your presence. So excellent.
Homage to my madre como alma mater. This is for women's progress. How many were silent? How many still are? Silenced by the courts and the system, forced into sin and then born again. Homage to Nubian and Moorish women, goddesses and empresses, queens and princesses in the streets in the midst of poverty. Listen attentively, blessings and respect is essential. Always follow traditions and equality. From Empress Menon to women presidents, calm and militant minded like Mia and Indira Gandhi. This is the time to be freed from confinement. Be who you are and breathe in the knowledge. The goddess Gaia lives within all of you. You give birth to God, sun, stars, and the cosmos. You give birth to all.
My queen, majesty, how I love and adore thee. Blessed to meet innocence in this scattered world, full of turmoil and pestilence. I'm still able to be around your presence. So excellent, my queen.
And the light came, photonic molecules expanded from the light seed at light speed. Bosons and quarks, the God particle planted within the cosmic womb. As prophets loomed over like Akashic moons, gnostically viewing God's postulates and thought processes as thought lecture. God's messengers, stars, spectre formed vectors in foreign sectors of the universe, expanding from this universal mansion in the heavens. Life unfolded like one scroll sacred under a lantern of legend. Some souls waited in the abyss and subsisted, but others couldn't take it, so they existed in the rift and desecrated creation's gift. The creator wished to make them unexist, but it was too late and a new fate whisked them away in the midst of a decayed bliss where each stayed sick, fickle and ungodly. Still I watch them in this yuga's progress, till the goddess brings them back to their true auras. I'm living in the past half the time, so I mastered rhymes instead of blasting nines like asinine rappers that bask in crime, trying to trap us and entrap us with their blasted lines. Perhaps it's time for raptures like fractals and flasks of wine. Bask in pastures, factual, get past the swine. I'm a bastard, casting this from a blasted mind with mathematics, tragic like the masses blind, like crack addicts, rabbits in the traps they find. Perhaps I'm flying like magic when I rap these rhymes. Wrap your minds around these concepts. I bomb texts and songs like non-vets, blessed like strong jets and calm like psalm lectures. Give arms to calm jesters, majestic like dawn's textures. You're wrong if you test this song. My palms blessed, contest me, your festered pawns. In context, you're gone. I'm complex and wrong. There's a long list ahead of me, dreading me like bomb hits from enemies. Most befriending me are frenemies. I placate my nemesis, lay waste and make haste. The day's late, but I'm a night stalking lichen. I day walk with titans and stray hawks, striking like Vikings with clay chalk on tablets. Pray if you mark my madness. I walk in labyrinths, awkward patterns in my brainstem. I talk with Saturn in these strange hymns. Strained angel from the game sins. Fame's been fleeting, my brain's depleting. Don't let lames be bleeding you to death, feeding you with breaths of deception. Be heeding truth in the rest of this lesson. Dream on seems to be my motto these days. I keep aging, keep phasing in these pages. Amazing, my mental is a maze of inventions. Say what you wish, what I'm saying is a gift. My pretensions just faded in the mist. Maybe I'm a kid or a sage at the age of a mystic. A deity within me, I was made to be cryptic. I slay as I spit this. they won't pay me with riches. So I say, pay me with wisdom and fray with the fishes, pray with the gifted, display what I've scripted. I may be a misfit, but in no way a statistic. God made me logarithmic, exponential wouldn't fit this. Art and linguistics, I wouldn't script this if it wasn't in existence. Remember, how many seeds within you, how many planets and women, primordial eggs like the cosmos beginning. God knows if you'd seen with this vision, you would not know what sin is. Colossal killers, my watchers, Anunnakis as my forefathers. Don't bore me with your horrors, my laws and stories are forgotten sagas like the gods of Nagas. I'm more than a harbor to the oddly minded, repository of rhymes in these sorrowful times. I would borrow your nine just to stop all these horrible crimes. Justice is not fair, it borders a line. I'm on the shores of the mind, but it's not there. The hot air scorches my eyes, and I'm force-fed lies as a force field rises from a goddess to protect me. Since my father rejects me, and honesty depicts me as impossibly afflicted, conflicted at my source like the gospels that depicted God as our protective force. But the goddess in the text is lost, and if you get this cost and you accept it, you're lost like the rest is. And I'm hectically forced to exit as I bless this in the course of this message. Yeah. Scoffing at disses, coughing up prisons forged from sinful existence, awkward and persistent, filled to the brim with water and spirits, resistant to orders, clerics and systems, a clear system of rare wisdom. I fear Christians, liken them to spare sentience, but striking them is mere vengeance. I'm a lichen with tears gemmed in, hemmed in with spears of destiny. My namesake and strange fate, the plain wake of events is a tame vision. We lie within our brain's prison, its main center, our main entrance of vain sentience. Dismayed, I say yes to living, left with imprints of deathly instants. Breaths linking our chest with this blessed liquid compressed. Trees bless me with every step, celestial brethren beckon with every breath. I can sense it in the depth of my flesh. The very essence of my senses tells me death is a test, the next dimensional entrance, suspended in sentience till your consciousness transcends it and extends from your center. Enter the non-depths of hell, a purgatorial sentence of the 7 levels of heaven, pure bliss to the senses. This is simply a mention to express the depths of the influence belief has on the breadth of reception. 11 bred amidst the death and deception, regret and regression, the thief of our best expressions. We need relief from the compression of existence. Progression and persistence is the essence of the message I deliver. Death is a given, it's not an option. The option is living with every conscious breath that you're cautiously given. With consciousness and inner vision, span past the landmass of your inner prison, the bland mask of your inhibition. Steadfast in your intuition, you'll grasp what's your mission. I look in the looking glass, my crooked past is the vision, but I'm looking past it as the glass glistens past the vast prisons we bask in. At last wisdom is grasped and the masses listen with the masters missing. We shackle the bastards, diss them and dismiss them after. Like glass prisms, this system's blasted. Apocalypse yesterday, don't think I'm dropping this just for play. Did you see the earthquakes and volcanoes erupting? Better lay low or something, or act like you have a halo above you. In these last days, we're past prayers. Don't act dismayed, don't relax in a daze. Mayans warned us of this age, it was written in Tibetan and Christian scriptures. Times are wicked and sinful, and time is cyclical. History is repetitive, I spit this without expletives. If you're listening as attentively as you're living, remember, you're infinite in potential, but forgiveness is essential. I was dissident and demented, my existence wasn't sentient. Now I'm recouping my friendships, regrouping my senses, lost in the crosshairs. Of course I'm scared, I veered to a place in space where I could think clearly, sink nearly into the depth of the abyss. I'm left amidst amongst tribes lost, since time's far gone. Let bygones be bygones, though Zion's flows within me. Still I feel empty, tempted, like Enki with Inanna. Ever since the beginning of times, the Garden of Eden, since the fall of the leaves from the tree, rotten fruits, plotting youth that already died in plots and booths, trotting in boots a long path with lost roots and loss of wrath. We all recoup as quickly as possible, as sickly as the Gospels after they were infected by bastards that were protecting Western Caucasian patriarchal patrons. Thoughts amaze me, I died in a daze and resurrected hazily. Page by page, age by age, I move forward, march onward, move forward, march onward. Africa is the diaspora, North America's the crossroads, the black Atlantic harbor, from chains and collars to strange fathers of the Constitution. Speaking of freedom and equality while enslaving, war and looting. Now look at how far we've progressed. progress from slave ships to making it big within this matrix. A black president replacing a hateful idiot. More and more Canadian native settlements. It's not a golden age, but hey, it's a beginning. Moving away from the old ways of essentialism, becoming a mosaic instead of a prison. Redefining what's authentic. There isn't a single cultural expression. We're cultivated as individuals, and globalization is the principle. Hip-hop exists as an alchemy of elements. It's not simply African American, it's Aboriginal, Latin, Asian, and Caucasian. People speaking a piece of their brains like equal for natives, speaking of sacred traditions from ancients. Women gaining attention, representing their nations and gender, breaking the systemic oppression of patriarchal patrons and bigots like Lauryn Hill did for her sisters. Regardless of the arguments intrinsic in the art form, they've always existed. A discourse is formed in their midst, whether it's Marley and Chris or Nas and Jigga. Hip-hop can thrive in our positions. Hip-hop can thrive.
Got to flush our system of this foolish policy. Script has been written for all of us to see. Got to flush our system of this foolish policy. Script has been written for all of us to see.
Imagine what the depth of a conscience is beyond most men's comprehension. If mankind is wicked, what are women then? Who could kill in the name of the goddess? And how many by God's orders were slaughtered? How many by God's orders were martyred? Beyond comprehension, in all honesty, all those who praise a creator through violence are demented and haunted by horrible spirits. Complex though these lyrics may seem, in phonetics is simple in logic, like daydreams of better tomorrows. For everyone sorrowful, dead and beyond the rift of existence. Heavens, the stars and its systems, cosmic dimensions expanding from the second, spanning all directions, like mansions of forgotten gods in all the heavens. Impossible to span or comprehend, like all the gospels mankind compiled from the Niles to the lost continents, and its exiled apostles, forgotten marvels, the size of which is monumental. The 8th and the 9th to the 12th and beyond. Wonders of ancient times, of divine architecture. The face of Nazca, remains of Baalbek, the caves carved inside the Himalayas and Andes, the underground complex of Olmecs, the darkest. How could we call skyscrapers progress? Odd dimensions and times we live in, where money talks and God blesses, survival of the fittest. But those who thrive are the wickedest. Of royal lines and oil ties, our lives are ridiculous. We toil constantly while wars are mongered by morbid conquerors. Nostradamus prophecies, end times and world order.
Got to flush our system of this foolish policy. Script has been written for all of us to see. Got to flush our system of this foolish policy. Script has been written.
Ink in every direction, rhymes at the intersections, and the lines is the sense of the lives that I've been through. Margins, I ignore them, right past them and in them. I'm not marginalized by laws in this system, nor by any foreign to many at a loss to assist me. My sovereign conscience is all that affects me, a source of logic like gods and my destinies. Dodging my enemies to progress, reforming identities subconscious. My energy's the goddess, those kin to me acknowledge my aura wasn't meant to be silenced. Texting pals in my hectic fouls, and my breath is like the liquid in a blessed vial. My brethren move swiftly, go the extra mile. I'm too quick, my letters flow the length of the Niles, and my strength is a balance of agility and talent, in symmetry with symphonies from veterans like Miles. As clever as I'm wild, my abilities will never be in style, but I'll forever be better than a Dali. My letters are a palace, this melody's an island. My lips are like a chalice, whenever I'll be silent. I'll never be a tyrant, remember me as timeless. My memories in rhymes and in lines writ, my mind is a diamond tip. As I climb up the highest cliff, aspire to mystics in Himalayas distance, mining all the signs and all the Mayan scriptures. My lines are like a timeless instance, assigned and imprinted divinely as I'm sighing and thinking, rhyming and inking my kind of resistance, lying and wishing I could divine existence. overcast skies, baptized in past lives, chastised as a bastard felon, casting spells with a cat's eyes, clashing in hell with fat lies, while I'm basking in tales of past lives. The math rises in neurolinguistics, gifted audibly, prodigal prodigy on the oddest of odysseys, neurological hacker with impossible tasks, apocryphal, astrophysical, gospel scripter, not a rap hypnotist nor a prophet, a mystic in doctrines and dogmas, darker than black visions and topics, basking in wisdom like fish in the tropics, envision with your pineal optics, subliminal, symbolic, millennial logic. God's gift is the goddess, shift your vision in progress. Prison is a mosh pit and this system is the artist. Listening to Gaia is essential since I'm fatherless. My odyssey's the farthest, non-sequential in process, perennial like my thoughts as an artist. You cough on the mic, I say God bless. Who bought you your hype? Cause I'm nauseous. You're soft and you're ripe for Akashic forces to enlighten and heighten you in thoughts. I'll be striking you with force at the height of your conquest if you contest. Mike fighting monsters with a bright light, spiting their lyrical content, non-empirical nonsense. I'm spiritual and conscious. Hear it in your progress. God's bless. New dimension, new kin, blue skin, skewed grin. Moods tense from noon to the moon glistens. I choose my destiny and move attentively. Doomed entity since my human entry. I spew hymns mentally, consuming my enemies. Soon you'll remember me, assume that I'm heavenly. Few things are meant to be. My new wings immensity is ruling like true king's propensity to do things for centuries. My mood swings, intensity's a boon. I sing symphonies that bloom in infinity. A spoon bends in symmetry, no new trends within me. Just misery dripping from a blue pen. Visions of Jerusalem ripping into two splits. Truth sits in the center of the blueprints. Who's convinced of their views since you sin with your neck in a noose of restless nuisance? Reflections of a youth with crude senses, rude tendencies and mood swings. Blue skin, skewed grin. Moods tense from noon till the moon glistens. Smooth penned if you listen. You tend to truly envision the beauty of wisdom.
We now journey through the cosmic power scales of the universe. Today, energy is very much on our minds as we search for ways to power our civilization and serve the needs of our citizens. But what is energy? Where does it come from? And where do we stand within the great power?
Another moon passes from the womb I blasted through. Past the fools, left them gasping. Bereft of breath, I mastered rules etched in tablets. Stretched the fabric of time and space as my mind raced. Climbed at a pace unmatched. I've done the math, wondered and asked as I wandered pathless. But now I've grasped life's purpose. I lapse as I write verses. Perhaps I'm quite worthless as I blast and spite curses. Still I'm quite versed and I like mirth and cursive writs. You heard my wit, I search for scripts to serve the sick. No ridiculous words to spit. I inconspicuously murder rich thugs with bitch mugs, hitched on drugs. The spit bugged out rap about cap and slugs and their blood brothers. We're all in this together, you need love, brother. Call me clever, but you're not dumb. Your props come from the slums, but you're not headed in the right direction. In the dark of the night, light manifests through a spark that ignites life plans and tests through the art of the mic. Take flight from the heart, right to the mark and strike like a dart. Poison tipped with noise from the lips, hit you like poisonous bricks. So you and your boys flip and split from the strip. Sick of the shit you go through, lift you like spliffs and show you how you're gifted and mystic. Forget the listless old you. Forgiveness is a bold new philosophy. I told you that hypocrisy is no tool to progress. Your thought process is God bless. If you honor the goddess, treat every woman in your life according, regardless of your lawlessness. Be honest and modest and promise this. No more slaughtering and hoarding, no morbid offerings. Just 12 jewels and 24 gems. Many before you hemmed royal hymns. Don't let spoiled men lure you. Be loyal to friends and reap more jewels. Don't let war fool you. Peace is the best of kings, a blessed thing. From east to the west its wings will soar you above the clouds of boredom. You'll have a proud, far from stardom, another shroud. Far from Sodom, where love is loudest and no others doubt it. Peace and blessings, my brother shouted at the top of your lungs. I speak in lessons that I wrought for my sons. The secret essence that you saw from the ones who brought you the sun's reflections. Dark sun's complexions, apart from the one who brought us the heart's blessings. Pardon the sum of this art's conception, but hearken to this testament. Hearken to this testament. Ma vie c'est trop complexe, faut que je fonce, laisse même si trop de contestes. Trop de fond de tristesse dans des longs textes. No cess and no drinks. Mon cerveau se défonce mec, but I still flip peas and bricks. I'm still sick cause the season's fifth. Ill spit in my breezes lift you. When my media is scripted, my degrees will hit you. Free swiftly like the winter, teach kids like a mentor. Each step I believe is destined. C'est la vie qui me teste, faut que je reste comme un viking dressé. Des faux prophètes qui me disent et blessent. Moi je reste stressé, dans le temps c'était le cesse et le sensei. Franchement now it's best if I'm mentally sober and fresh. I'm a roaming professor, Roma and Cynthia, soldier, gypsy. On my mind I got loads of things, and in garbage bags in the back I'm unloading quick. Knox could brag that they bag me, so I hope it brings more than time locked alone in the Bing. Smaller minds won't condone the risk, but I'm going to Kenya and I'm going for the kids. I'll just focus stress, get my dough invested, keep my legs in a lotus position, cause yoga protects me like shoguns and senseis. No guns, just my mentals, if I hold one I'm blessing. The rest is for the ages, dark ones in my pages. My part sum is the majors. Apart from this, I'll be in the slums waging wars that are ageless till these bars are faded. I'll be one with the ancients. I'm one of those strangers that none of you vanquished. I'm mumbling languages with irks Orion, till you heard my lines, till my words will find you. Search for the Mayans church till our world's alignment. My burden is confinement and the earth's confines in the worst of times. So I work with diamonds, work with the blind masses to shift times, aspects. My mind lapses, then I bind and attach like combining catalysts. Rhymes to the canvas like optic fibers to plastic. If you're asking, I'll die as a bastard when my time is past. Lie in the grass, then I'll find my path. Continent of knowledge to reference in progress, simply in oral forms of contest. That's why they call a phonetic expression cipher. It's similar to quasars' enlightenment. Sounds are absorbed, compressed and transformed into new forms of existence, born from within it. The beat is the black hole absorbing material. Lyrics are the light born from the center's expression, creating sentences like God in the beginning of Genesis. Life is formed and interim, in between positive and negative. Space is formed by the vapor spawn and the waves disseminated in oral. The equation is similar to women and men bonding in spirit. Balance between them is essential, like poetry and rhythm blending. The crossroads of global expression, where we finally redefine notions of authenticity. Can't express the depths of my sorrow at times. Sorrowful mind, I'm breathless and restless. My right and my left hemispheres are warring. It's life or death and I'm not hearing your warnings. I might be deaf, but it appears that I'm caught in a storm. Prophets are swarming above me, it's not at all lovely. My optics are worn and I'm bugging. Swarm like the tropics, I'm warned that the topic at hand is my life. I take the hand of my wife, to whom I've sworn to be honest. I've mostly been modest and attentive, but not in my pretensions. Senseless as a ghostly henchman. I've served evil and let it enter me in the past, tempting me through the mask of madness to bask in my status, endlessly bragging. But all this is over, now I'm endlessly saddened. I call to the soldiers of the armies of darkness that are meant to be bad. You'll eventually be glad again, like an MC with a pad and pen. Yuga's progress in the blink of an eye of Brahma. God's switch, a bitch becomes a goddess, lifted to the stars while you're sinking and dying in the magma. Rebirth as an Atma on the earth is Atlas. Your curses are tragic, but mirth is magic. Find worth and be astrally content. The past could be invented, just ask, you can prevent it. Half of it was meant to be, half of it was dementedly oppressive and racist. The best of it was made by the rest of the slaves of celestial patrons in clay paintings and depictions. They were vaguely addicted to humans, watch them and consume them, crave them and trick them. They say this is fiction, but I pray that you listen. Don't be afraid of the wisdom within this. The kingdom is intrinsic, witness it and rinse your eyelids. I'm convinced if you try a bit, you'll find a fit trial that you're viable with. Instead of lies as a gift, you'll get jnana and satya, marijuana as sattva. Smoke it and bless your mind with a token of the divine essence of Gaia, panacea for the mind. My essence is prana, see it with your mind's eye, like Rama and Hiranya Loka. I provoke you to change and elope from the strangers that choke and restrain you with ropes and chains, shackle and tabernacles where they dope and maim you. Get hope remains as a potent angel. Scope the remains, entangle with the opposition's propositions, hang them with their awkward fictions. My linguistic progress is logarithmic, their intrinsic logic is robbed the gifted. They don't have a pot to piss in, their thoughts are non-sequential. What I brought you is calm and sensible, they're nonsensical. May the goddess bless you with a strong mental to wrestle with these oddly demented God's representatives. This is preventative protection, elementally directed confections, breathless conceptions. Still flames of ill names, still to blame for this ill game. I spill brains, kill vain rappers with still blades, slash them with skills gained after my metamorphosis, shredding their corpses with my letters that morph into a dreaded horse, beheading the forces of evil in the course of these sequels. Their flawed thesis is to get rich or die trying. I taught them to get peace and wisdom and shine higher. My mind's tired from its ceaseless activity. My speech is instilling freedom and liberty, freedom from greed with sense and sensibility. No killing sprees, I'm not willingly villainous. Reincarnating knaves is my syllabus, contemplating the same. The sage is diligently praying in pages daily. As frailly as it may be, I'll be hailing my baby with spiritual hip-hop, not with spirits who shit talk, crip walk and lick shots, with lyrics of sick thoughts and wristwatches. If you hear it, just skip songs and hit bombs. Listen to psalms of bliss.
War never changes. The end of the world occurred pretty much as we had predicted. Too many humans, not enough space or resources to go around. The details are trivial and pointless. The reasons, as always, purely human ones. The Earth was nearly wiped clean of life. A great cleansing, an atomic spark struck by human hands, quickly raged out of control. Spears of nuclear fire rained from the skies. Continents were swallowed in flames and fell beneath the boiling oceans. Humanity was almost extinguished, their spirits becoming part of the background radiation that blanketed the Earth. A quiet darkness fell across the planet, lasting many years.
Alien prophets, alchemy of elemental doctrines, transmuted into transcendental consciousness, hyperconscious of the continental rift between humanity's sordid past and its stranded future. Spiritually famished but truthful, I vanish in the booth of a spaceship and manage to re-emerge as a youthful patron of the third world. Blurred words shapeshift as I lace them bravely on a track, attracted by temptations of an astrobiological nature. My mythological pen paints greatness, depictions of speculative scientific fictions, Mayan glyphs written with iron-tipped feathers, psychic storm weather predictions. Neurons and synapses glisten, lighting up forms in your mind's passages as you listen to rhyme mathematicians, neurological hackers, sublime and ghastly tacticians. I'm the prodigal bastard son cast in the sun's shade to master the shadows, as it had to be one way or another. My brothers, my sisters, now I'm past the gallows, and my path is hollow, though my wrath is shallow. Discover existence and blast through the sorrows like it's your last tomorrow, when your past is borrowed. The present is a fleeting blessing, making horrors immeasurably wretched with a pleasurable message. The heavens bid you to heed this lesson. Cambiar su vida, change the system, hang the leaders, don't assist them. Bang on the leaders, preachers, wisdom, and hang with the meekest teachers. Listen, you should be hearing Jesus' speeches, not wearing Jesus' pieces. Listen to just a genius, and vision is vivid gleanings. Don't listen to wicked people with illicit meanings. Don't be complicit in schemings or speaking explicit readings. Get with this and witness what you're achieving. Start piecing together puzzle pieces and guzzle this thesis till you're puzzled, speechless. Whether you peep this or just leave it, you're still better to believe it and breathe it. Brethren, I mean it, ill letters seize you like chilled weather with no frill sweaters, so you can go build with clever people and see through the sequels, forever peaceful. Whether you heed truth, when I speak to you, it better reach you.
Quiere que enseñe mi lado violento. Me aguanto. Cuento hasta 100 porque me conozco tanto.
To higher planes, don't aspire to insane torments. My course is across the celestial beyond on Mormons, celestial sources. I best you till you lost your breath and you're left with an awkward mess. I open your pineal gland till your mind kneels and expands beyond the realms of mankind. Delve into the sands of time, withstand the signs of elven denizens that spell the premises of Earth's evolution. We're cursed and forever losing. I birth these clever sutras to search and sever the nuisance. Our purpose is to better our future till we become what we're meant to be. We've been dumb for centuries in slums like centipedes, running like entities, shunning our sentient seeds, stuck in these densities, luckless with enmity for busters. Evil combusts us, we see through the lust, but we fail to transcend it with frail and bland senses. We sail to the planned entrance of the gods' abodes. As the stars glow above us, we hover in a stasis, discovering the ancients' devices, the paintings of Isis. We sapiently slice the opposition, write what we wrought till it glistens, till we drop the fiction of those that mock our wisdom with what we begot and scripted, with what we begot and scripted. As nature's blueprints, I speak it fluent in this Mesopotamian music that's Romanian rooted. I lace it with jewels glimpsed, you can taste them like fluids, rinsing the pasty food synthesized by your body and mind. Nature embodies divine representation and laws that define it. Fine lines I etched for you to rise and climb step by step, blessed by vestiges of celestial specimens, extraterrestrial estrogen in my lectures. I bless you with the messages of the goddess. Gaia's the only true progress, blessed as a blue god's avatar. I sing the earth's songs and birth psalms in photonic form, sonic bombs for your conscious expansion. We live in the goddess's mansion. Keep that in mind as I speak facts and rhymes till the bleak atlas shines again. I align my pen with the minds of men and women that chime Zen wisdom timeless. We're penned in a prison with mindless rhythms that bind us and limit us. My lines are subliminal, subversive and controversial to patriarchal churches. I encase the arc in my verses, spark this with purpose for the heartless to nurture the good inside them. I could have been like wise men meditating in caves, withdrawn from this liar's den, but my songs wisen them till they rise again in throngs in their next lives and sing these higher hymns. I reside in the stem of a lotus flower, inside gems on papyrus ends till I float and shower like a thundercloud with my spoken powers.
For nearly 5,000 years, the scorching sands of the Iraqi desert have held relics of the oldest known civilization, the Sumerian. Our world owes the Sumerians everything. They invented writing and the wheel. They divided time into minutes and seconds. They tamed nature and built gigantic cities. They loved culture and the arts. Their caravans crossed the desert, opening up the first trade routes. Their stories inspired our founding myths, and their memory lives on in the Old Testament.
Everything around it speaks of spiritual mystery. The mystery of the cross, what's that all about there? The stained glass windows, which bring another atmosphere in. my consciousness has been brought up onto another level altogether. And I am on a different platform. And then I walk out and I'm back in this one again. Now, can I hold something from that? Well, certain prayers or meditations that are associated with the whole context there. These are what are called mantras in India, little meditation themes that hold your consciousness on that level instead of letting it drop down here all the way. And then what you can finally do is to recognize that this is simply a lower level of that.
Seek the symbols, reach deep within you. Find secrets of the Hindus and Mayans. A central alliance essential to finding bliss. Align with the timeless instance of signs intrinsic. Rinse your eyes and witness hidden attributes slyly encrypted by tainted patrons who sought the demise of wisdom. From mystic cave paintings to misfit sages' creations that braved the hatred of the church and faced the desecration of their works. Disgraced and hurt, they persisted like Min Jong art against King Jong and Champong Jun of Galileo and John Courtney Murray. There's a halo on all the forcefully buried soldiers of dissent. Revolt motion came Corso presents plague monks with soul shinobi. In this post-apocalyptic straight junkyard we roaming like lonely Ronins, seeking to atone sins by speaking omens, unleashing the globe's pestilence on festive beings. We left them bleeding with the restless demons that they heeded, and blessed the needy with reason in this deathly season. The angel